Welcome back to Auto Mubli's Car, the ultimate pit stop for insane car builds, futuristic machines, and wild auto imagination. And today, get ready to strap in, because we're diving headfirst into something so outrageous, so absurd, yet so brilliantly fascinating, it could only be the 2026 Suzuki Mehran Hellcat. Yes, you heard that right. The name itself sounds like a car meme gone wild. The humble Suzuki Mehran, Pakistan's budget icon, the definition of simplicity and basic motoring, has somehow fused with the Dodge Hellcat, a symbol of raw American muscle and tire shredding power. Two completely different DNA strands have collided. One's a commuter king, the other, a highway bully. And now, they've had a monstrous child. Let's roll back a bit. For years, the Suzuki Mehran ruled the roads as a no-nonsense, entry-level city car. It had no power steering, no ABS, no airbags, no infotainment, not even a proper AC in the early models. It was light, simple, and utterly underwhelming to enthusiasts. But it became a cultural phenomenon, especially in South Asia. Meanwhile, on the other side of the globe, the Dodge Hellcat was burning rubber, churning out over 700 horsepower, and earning a reputation as the king of chaos. So what happens when you throw a Hellcat engine into a Mehran's body? You get the 2026 Suzuki Mehran Hellcat, a Frankenstein's monster on wheels. This build isn't just theoretical. In 2026, a group of mad engineers and car enthusiasts decided to flip the car world upside down. They took the compact shell of a 2026 Suzuki Mehran and shoved inside it a modernized 6.2-liter supercharged V8 Hellcat engine. That's right, a powertrain that usually lives in Dodge Chargers and Challengers is now roaring under the hood of the tiniest, most innocent city car. And the result? Pure insanity. Let's talk performance. The original Mehran barely pushed out 40 horsepower from its tiny engine. The 2026 Hellcat variant, it delivers a mind-bending 717 horsepower with 650 pound-feet of torque. That's almost 18 times more powerful than the stock model. In a chassis that weighs just over 700 kilograms, this power-to-weight ratio is not just impressive, it's terrifying. The acceleration is brutal. The moment you touch the throttle, the rear tires light up like fireworks. 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds. Top speed, over 300 kilometers per hour, if you dare to push it. But here's the thing. Just tossing a big engine into a tiny frame doesn't make a car roadworthy. So the builders had to redesign everything. The Mehran Hellcat now sits on a custom chassis reinforced with aerospace-grade steel. The suspension has been completely revamped. Gone are the old coil springs. In their place, performance dampers, adaptive suspension tech, and racing-level stability systems. The tires, custom Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, wrapped around 18-inch forged alloy wheels. The brakes, Brembo carbon ceramics that can stop a freight train. Because when you're dealing with this kind of madness, stopping is more important than going. Now let's slide into the interior. You might think it's all stripped out and race-focused. But no, this is where the 2026 Suzuki Mehran Hellcat gets even crazier. The cabin is a luxury performance blend. There are Recaro bucket seats with 6-point harnesses, a suede-wrapped steering wheel, a full digital display with Hellcat performance pages. You can monitor your supercharger boost, lap times, G-forces, and even adjust your launch control settings. There's also a premium 12-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, ambient lighting, and, get this, a full heads-up display projected onto the windshield. It's like someone took a Dodge Charger SRT and shrunk it down to the size of a lunchbox. Of course, all of this sounds wild, but how does it feel to drive? According to those lucky enough to sit behind the wheel, it's like strapping yourself to a guided missile. The power delivery is instant and aggressive. The supercharger whine screams like a banshee. The rear end wants to slide out at every corner. And if you're not paying attention, this car will punish you. But it's not just a burnout machine. Thanks to the advanced traction control and active aerodynamics, including a pop-up rear spoiler, the Mehran Hellcat can corner like a go-kart on steroids. On the track, it's a beast. On the road, it turns heads like no other car. And in traffic, let's just say it causes chaos. Imagine pulling up next to a BMW M3 or a Mustang GT in a tiny Mehran shell. People laugh, until the light turns green. And then the laughter turns to shock as this little box rockets off into the horizon, supercharger whining, tires screaming, and egos shattered. And while this all sounds like a dream, or a meme, it's actually real. The 2026 Suzuki Mehran Hellcat is a limited custom build. Only 5 units were made, and each one was hand-built by a team of engineers and fabricators over the course of 6 months. Every component was custom designed, from the engine mounts to the wiring harnesses. Even the body panels had to be reinforced to handle the torque. The cost, over $250,000 per unit. But what you get isn't just a car, it's a legend. But there's more. Because the internet has fallen in love with this machine. Memes have flooded Reddit and Instagram. TikToks of the Mehran Hellcat doing donuts have gone viral. Even celebrities have taken notice. Rumors suggest one of these units now lives in Dubai, in a private collection surrounded by Lamborghinis and Bugattis. The Mehran Hellcat has gone from joke to icon. It's also become a symbol of what's possible when creativity, engineering, and a little bit of madness collide. It shows that the future of car culture isn't just electric SUVs and self-driving sedans. There's still room for insane builds, passion projects, and cars that make no sense on paper but every bit of sense in the heart. And as we move deeper into an era of quiet EVs and synthetic driving experiences, the 2026 Suzuki Mehran Hellcat is a battle cry for enthusiasts. It's loud, it's brash, it's dangerous, and it's beautiful. So the next time someone tells you the Mehran is boring, just show them this beast. Because with the right mindset, and a Hellcat engine, you can turn any car into a supercar slayer. That's all for today's wild ride. If you love this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share it with your fellow car maniacs, and hit subscribe for more insane builds and automotive madness. This is Auto Mubli's Car, signing off with fire, fury, and one hell of a Mehran. Stay fast, stay curious, and always dream big.